A couple walked past a train station and saw something that stopped them dead in their tracks. A tiny dog curled up with a ginger cat on cold concrete steps. But here's the thing that made them turn around. The dog was protecting the cat, like his life depended on it. This is the story of Leo and Lilo, and I promise you, you've never heard anything like this before. Picture this. You're walking through a busy train station, people rushing everywhere, the usual chaos. And then you see them, a small, scruffy dog and an orange cat, huddled together like they're the only two souls in the world. Not fighting, not ignoring each other, cuddling. Now, dogs and cats aren't supposed to be best friends, right? That's not how this works. But this couple couldn't look away. They had to know more. A friendly station worker noticed them staring and walked over with this knowing smile on his face. You're wondering who they are, aren't you? And what he said next? It broke their hearts. Their owner left them here some time ago. Just abandoned them. Together. On the streets. But here's what got me about this story. This dog never leaves his friend's side. Think about that for a second. Most animals would scatter, would fight for themselves, would run. Not this dog. He stayed, day after day, protecting his cat friend from the cold, from other animals, from everything. The couple looked at each other, and they both knew they had to do something. With help from their uncle, they arranged for both animals to be transported safely. But here's where it gets emotional. In the car, the little dog went completely silent. His eyes wide open, staring like he couldn't believe what was happening. It was like he was asking, "Are you really taking us? Both of us?" Because here's the thing nobody tells you about abandoned animals. They don't trust easily. First stop, the vet clinic. And watch this. While the cat was being examined, the dog wouldn't leave his side. He just stood there, watching, making sure his friend was okay. A furry guardian angel. Then it was the dog's turn. The vet started the examination and it wasn't good. The dog had suffered a lot. Way worse than they expected. But you know what? He stayed quiet, calm, like he knew he was finally safe. Now here's what nobody expected. They named them Leo and Lilo. The cat, Leo, was completely healthy. And you know why? Because Lilo had been taking care of him the entire time. This little dog, sick, hungry, abandoned, had been protecting and caring for his cat friend on those cold streets, sacrificing his own health for Leo. The vet said Lilo needed to stay for a week, maybe more. But that night, something happened that made everyone in that clinic tear up. Lilo gently licked his head as if to say, "We're safe now. We made it." Their new parents stayed until both of them fell asleep, but nobody knew what these two would bring into their lives. Lilo started showing energy again, wagging his tail, actually playing. The fear in his eyes? Gone, replaced by this gentle, trusting look that it gets you right here. He'd roll on his back, asking for belly rubs. He'd rest his head against his new parents, soaking up every ounce of love he'd been missing. Meanwhile, Leo? He was being carried around like a spoiled little prince, and Lilo didn't mind one bit. He was still protecting him. The doctor said Lilo was strong enough for a walk outside. You should have seen him. He explored everything, sniffing, running, living. But when they got back, Leo looked sad. Maybe a little jealous of all the attention Lilo was getting. So his parents made sure to give Leo the same love, the same care. Because that's what family does. The test results came back. No infectious diseases. Lilo was going to be okay. He sat calmly on that examination table, like he understood, like he knew the nightmare was finally over. And then, day 7, the cage door opened for the last time. Lilo leapt out, his whole body shaking with joy. Leo stayed calm, just watching with those gentle eyes. In the car heading home, Lilo looked everywhere, taking it all in, tilting his head at their parents like, "Where are we going?" And when they pulled up to their new home, their mother smiled. She knew they were finally truly safe. life became a series of beautiful firsts. First real meal, first warm bed, first toys. But the bond between Leo and Lilo? It never faded. It grew stronger. The vet recommended swimming lessons for Lilo's recovery. At first, he was terrified of the water. His little paws paddling frantically, "Hold me, Mom!" But with a red life jacket and gentle encouragement, he learned to swim. Well done, Lilo! Back home that night, after a warm bath, their mother walked in and saw the most beautiful scene. Lilo was gently licking the sleeping Leo, just like he used to on those cold train station steps. But this time, they weren't shivering from cold. They were warm, safe, loved. Their mother couldn't hold back her tears. From harsh streets to a loving home, from abandoned and forgotten to cherished and safe. Once left behind, now surrounded by unconditional love. This is what loyalty looks like. This is what true friendship means. And here's what I want you to think about. How many times do we walk past someone or something that needs help? How many times do we look away? This couple didn't. They saw two souls who refused to give up on each other, and they refused to give up on them. Leo and Lilo's real life was just beginning. What would you have done if you saw them on those steps? Drop your answer in the comments, because stories like this remind us why compassion matters. Hit that like button if this story touched your heart, and subscribe because there are so many more incredible stories to share. See you in the next one.